Nofap, semen retention, motivation. Today I want to talk about the different modes of Nofap. What are the different modes? Normal mode, hard mode. Is there an easy mode? What mode am I on personally? What do I recommend for you if you really want to beat this habit, put fapping behind forever, and really get the benefits? So we're going to break down all the different modes of Nofap. But first, I have to make a quick disclaimer about Nofap Easy Mode. So I heard some guys online talking about Nofap Easy Mode being when you quit porn, but you can still fap. All right, I hate to break it to y'all, but this is not considered Nofap, okay? If you are fapping for any reason, this is not Nofap, okay? Also, edging. If you're edging for any reason, you're also not on Nofap, all right? It's called edging for a reason, all right? And the reason it's called edging is because if you're edging, you're gonna fall off the edge probably in 24 to 48 hours. I never made it past 48 hours with edging, okay? So I would always full-blown relapse and release within 48 hours and fall off the edge if I decided to edge. So edging is not Nofap, okay? So now that we got that out of the way, let's get into the modes. Nofap normal mode, hard mode, and monk mode are basically the agreed upon modes that are definitely Nofap modes, okay? So we're gonna get straight up into Nofap normal mode, okay? So Nofap normal mode is probably what you think it is. Nofap normal mode is when there's no porn and no sex, all right? This means no peeking at all and no edging at all, nothing, bro. We gotta keep it real. If we're gonna do Nofap, we're gonna do Nofap, okay? So, some of the benefits of Nofap normal mode. Time, man. We talked about this in many videos. Okay, time. You're gonna have like a lot more time because a lot of people are really out here fapping 60 to 80 hours plus a month. That means for some people, they're really gonna be having like 1,000 hours a year in more free time to put towards something meaningful now that they took away fapping, okay? That right there is a huge benefit. Also, you're no longer gonna be draining yourself to PMO and making yourself feel like garbage, releasing to pornography, okay? Nothing in life really makes you feel like garbage, like releasing to pornography. I mean, things happen in life, but porn really makes you feel a really unique type of garbage, okay? So when you stop watching pornography and releasing, you're gonna feel better. Also, you're no longer engaging in cuckold activities when you quit pornography, okay? Porn is a cuckold activity. You're literally staring through a window like a peeper, Windows 11, Windows 12, watching some other dude smash what in your mind is your girl. Porn is the definition of being a cuck, and when you quit being a cuck, your self-esteem is gonna go up, your confidence is gonna go up, all right? So that's one of the benefits of quitting pornography, of doing Nofap normal mode, okay? Other benefits of Nofap normal mode. One of the most overlooked benefits is that you're gonna be doing the right thing in the eyes of God. You're gonna overcome this grievous sin of sexual immorality. The Bible is clear, the sexual immoral will not inherit the kingdom of God, okay? I gave my life to Jesus Christ and he freed me from whatever was driving me to have urges for pornography. There's no way I'm ever going back to porn after Jesus, okay? And if the only benefit to pornography was that I'm doing the right thing in the eyes of the Lord, I would still quit pornography, okay? And I would still do Nofap, all right? Because for me, that's the biggest benefit, all right? Because I don't want to jeopardize my salvation, all right? So, moving into Nofap hard mode. So, Nofap hard mode, probably what you think. It's Nofap normal mode plus no sex. So that means no pornography, no fapping, and also no sex, okay? Some people are saying that it means you can have sex, but you can't release. All right, I hate to break it to y'all wishful thinkers, but it's called Nofap hard mode for a reason. It's because it's hard until you defeat your pornography addiction, all right? So that's why it's called Nofap hard mode. Some of the benefits, you're gonna have all the benefits of Nofap normal mode, but now you're gonna add semen retention benefits because Nofap hard mode is celibacy. So when you're on hard mode, you're gonna be doing semen retention. So you're gonna have that extra semen retention battery pack on your back, ready to tap in at any moment. with excess energy to tap into, especially if you're working out. You're going to compound that. All right, your vitality, health, and mental, physical wellness is going to also go up when you're on semen retention, and you're also going to have a boost in a sense of well-being. Something about being on SR, something about being on semen retention, it just makes you feel better. Okay, you just feel the sense of well-being. You feel like a kid again. Things that were not enjoyable before now become enjoyable. So these are some of the benefits of NoFap hard mode. Also, you are overcoming the need for sex. You're overcoming your sex addiction, period, with NoFap hard mode, which is liberating. Because once you truly overcome this, women cannot get under your skin in the same way. They cannot make you upset like if they used to make you upset, if they used to get you in your emotions. When you're on hard mode, they're not going to be able to do that to you because you no longer have the need to release, if that makes sense. So that's some of the benefits of hard mode. We're going to go straight up into monk mode. Monk mode, okay, monk mode is a little bit different. Monk mode is going to be hard mode with the addition of a couple of things. So most people agree that monk mode basically revolves around three aspects, and that's going to be removing distractions from your life, locking in terms of isolation, and focusing on reaching your goals as if you were a monk, locking into isolation mode, cutting out distractions, and pursuing a spiritual goal. Usually the goals with people on monk mode are either spiritual or business related in nature. Okay, so some of the benefits of monk mode, you're going to have all the benefits of hard mode and normal mode, but now you're going to be able to reach your goals a lot faster because you're cutting out distractions. You're also going to learn to not be dependent on so many distractions in general. So a lot of the distractions people cut out on NoFap monk mode are going to be sort of artificial dopamine distractions, like social media, like video games, like music and things like this. And you don't have to do monk mode forever. It can just be for a season until you reach your goals, okay? Because you're going to reach your goals a lot faster now that you're not distracted by friends and by all these artificial dopamine distractions, okay? So it's also NoFap monk mode. It can be about adding positive things to your regimen, like eating well, quitting fast food, waking up on time, going to bed on time, taking cold showers. NoFap monk mode is pretty modular. You really decide how you're going to do your NoFap monk mode. And one thing I want to say is that there are some people that, let's get into we got into the benefits. Yeah, we did the benefits. So you're reaching your goals faster. You're learning to overcome other addictions that you're trying to subtract from your life, that type of thing. So some people are going to say that they're doing a monk mode where they're cutting out all artificial dopamine distractions or all distractions in general. So this I would describe as NoFap nightmare mode. So nightmare mode is going to be a term coined by a YouTuber called Alex Becker, where he basically talked about locking into a business goal and subtracting all distractions from his life, every single distraction, to where he was only allowed to read books or like watch YouTube if it had to do with like a CEO interview or something related to his business goals. Okay, so it's called nightmare mode. So I'm naming this NoFap nightmare mode based on Alex Becker's nightmare mode, which included NoFap. Alex Becker's nightmare mode, NoFap was an aspect of that. Okay, but I'm pretty sure I'm not sure if he could have sex on his version of nightmare mode, but NoFap nightmare mode is basically monk mode all the way turned up. No distractions. Okay? And for most people, it's going to be a nightmare. So I wouldn't recommend doing this for more than a short period of time. Benefits of nightmare mode is if you can handle it, you're really going to reach your goals a lot faster than with regular monk mode, because now you're really literally cutting out every single distraction. There's really nothing to do besides work on your goals or be with God, prayer, or be with family if you have to. You see what I mean? Which is a beautiful thing. So you're going to reach your business goals a lot faster on nightmare mode. another benefit of nightmare mode is that you're doing this dopamine detox, and you're also going to have more dopamine available to be released by your brain when you're working on your business goals and when you're working on your goals in general. So this means that it's going to be more enjoyable for you to work on your goals because you're going to be releasing more dopamine as you're doing it, meaning you're going to reach your goals even faster because now you're enjoying working even more. Does that make sense? So those are some of the benefits of Nofap Nightmare Mode. So I want to make a quick disclaimer about Nofap Monk Mode and also Nofap Nightmare Mode. So a lot of people try to rush into Nofap Monk Mode, a really hard version of Nofap Monk Mode, when they haven't even overcome their Nofap addiction, when they're just getting started with Nofap. So you have to realize how big of an undertaking it is just to give up fapping, pornography, and also sex if you're doing Nofap hard mode. It's such an undertaking that you really want to leave yourself room with some sort of artificial dopamine releases, like watching movies, watching shows, playing a video game, something you can use to take the edge off now that you've subtracted pornography and sex from your life. Okay? You really don't want to cut out every single way that you've known to take away stress, because what's going to end up happening is you're probably going to get too stressed out and you're probably going to end up having a relapse, okay, on fapping, pornography, and possibly some other bad habit that you've given up. So I would say to subtract one thing from your life at a time with Nofap Monk Mode. Don't try to give up everything at once because you don't want to become overwhelmed and end up relapsing. So that's my advice for Nofap Monk Mode and also Nofap Nightmare Mode. Now, what am I doing personally? I'm a Nofap Monk Mode. I've been that for almost 500 days. I've really been locked in, no time for friends, just accomplishing what I need to accomplish. I'm really behind in my life because of the way I was living before, with my addiction to painkillers and also with my addiction to pornography and fapping. So I have a lot to catch up, to do. So I'm choosing to do Nofap Monk Mode. Like some would say, this is a light version of Nofap Monk Mode, but I'm really enjoying it. I'm really seeing a lot more results than before I started doing all this. So yep, that's what I'm doing. What would I recommend for you? So I would recommend that everyone at least do Nofap normal mode, okay? Your whole life can change just based on Nofap normal mode, okay? Don't underestimate the benefits of Nofap normal mode. But if you really want to defeat this addiction for sure, I would advise you to do Nofap hard mode. And the reason is because if you are just doing normal mode and you're trying to pursue sex with women or your wife or whatever it is, you're going to really be going in two different directions, okay? You're going to really be, on one hand, trying to overcome your sex addiction to pornography and masturbation, and on the other hand, you're trying to pursue sex with a woman. So these are two opposing things. And when you're in the mode to pursue sex with a woman, you're filling yourself with sexual desire. And when you're trying to overcome addiction to pornography, you don't want to fill yourself with sexual desire. Does that make sense? Because when you fill yourself with sexual desire and you're trying to overcome porn, you put yourself in a situation where you are having a higher probability of relapsing on pornography and masturbation. Does that make sense? I think that makes sense. So that's why I recommend doing hard mode, to really focus 100% on eliminating sex from your life for a time so that you can focus on overcoming your pornography addiction and your addiction to fapping. Okay, it's way easier to overcome your fapping addiction if you're removing all sexual thoughts from your mind. And that's why I recommend hard mode and possibly monk mode if you can handle it. So those are my advices to you. I'll recommend doing hard mode until you, at least 90 days, or even until you can say in your spirit, I have truly overcome my pornography addiction.